Hi everybody and welcome to Kevin's Corner. Today we're going to be discussing a topic that was brought up by Stacy, and this topic is how can I start a campaign for beginners? Roll that intro. Still no. Well, maybe next time. We're working on it though, and it's awesome. Animation, characters. Hi, welcome to Kevin's Corner. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Yeah, you'll enjoy it when we finally get it up. Well, anyways, welcome to Kevin's Corner, everybody. I'm DM Kevin. Today, I'm going to be bringing something to you that was brought up by one of my Facebook followers on Divination Gaming. If you haven't joined Divination Gaming, join Divination Gaming. We've been doing it for quite a while now, but we've rebranded. And now we're going to be doing a lot more content, and we're going to be doing a lot more things. Stay tuned to find out exactly what we're going to be doing, because it's going to be a lot of fun. But today, what we're looking at is my top 5 ways to start a campaign for beginners. Now, this is for beginner DM. Sorry, I had spaghetti earlier. I don't know if I got some still in my chin or not. But when you're a new DM starting out, and you're trying to think of a way to start a campaign. Now, a lot of the mods, a lot of the pre-made modules, they'll actually say, start out in a tavern. Okay, taverns are very much cliche. Your party arrives in a tavern. The problem with this, and a lot of people out there agree with this, is the fact that it's a very slow start. You really need session 0 in this one, because session 0 is going to be very important. And I may do a whole session on session 0, or a whole video on how to run a session 0. But session 0 is so important if you're going to do a tavern beginning, because you need all the players to know all the other characters when they meet. That way you don't have to go through all the introductions. Now, if you don't want to do it in session 0, you can have all of session 1 be nothing but how they meet in a tavern. They've all been traveling. They're all weary and tired. They've all just happened to stop in the same tavern at the same time. Which back then, if you think about it, if you're starting in a major city such as Neverwinter, Waterdeep, places like that, honestly, it wouldn't be that shocking that 5 adventurers would be in a tavern or in a inn, looking for a place to sleep for the night. So you can have them meet, they start talking, and then they're like, oh, well, it's like I heard these giants are up in the hills. Oh, I love to go fight giants. Well, we can't fight them by ourselves. Let's get a couple more people. And so you can definitely build your starting inside a tavern. Just give it time. Don't rush it. This is a big character buy-in and a player buy-in. There really can't be much of a discrepancy or, oh no, I'm a loner and I go by myself. I'm just going to follow the party when they leave the tavern. That could work. May be an interesting little storyline you can kind of add into it. But just keep in mind that the tavern beginning is going to be, or the inn, tavern or inn, either one, is going to be a very slow start. Give it time. Don't rush it. Second thing, a catastrophe. A catastrophic event has happened. This can be a flood. It can be a fire. It can be a volcano. It can be any one of those things that the adventuring party arrives one at a time, or maybe some from the north, some from the south. Shoot, if you have a 4-person party, have them come from north, south, east, and west. Have them roll a d4. That's the way you're coming in. And then basically what you do is you just have them help out the townfolk. And as they help out the townfolk, they kind of meet each other along the way, saving people from burning buildings or saving people from a flooded house. So yeah, absolutely. A catastrophic event can definitely bring them together. So definitely keep that in mind. If you're running like a homebrew, for example, you might want to have it to where they don't start in the exact area that you want them to start in. But what they can do is they can start next to a volcano that's erupting, and they're having to outrun this volcano. They're all in the same city, they're all in the same town, and as they outrun this volcano, they kind of bump into each other and meet on the way to the next small village. So that's definitely something. Um, Next one, on a ship. This can be fun because you can just say, as each of you wake up on the ship that's taking you from Neverwinter down to Waterdeep, you have taken this route because the high road has been overrun by bandits and is not safe to travel on. So therefore, you decided to take a ship to take you from Neverwinter down. And as you approach the halfway point, suddenly pirates attack your ship, and you have to protect the ship and the others from the pirate attack. That can be a lot of fun. Or let's just say that a storm, you're going down the coast, the Sword Coast, and a giant storm throws you way off course. You end up being in the middle of the ocean, stranded on a deserted island, and you have to find a way off. You have to build a raft. You have to do some checks, and you have to get them back to the shore. It can be like a full day's raft travel back to the shore. So you can definitely do that. That would be a lot of fun too. Now with the ship, that gives you a common purpose. They're there to protect themselves or to protect the ship. So it gives them a common purpose. They see how they fight. They see how they interact together. And so therefore, like, hey, we survived this. Let's stick together. Let's go ahead and make our way down to Waterdeep. Let's see what happens. So, starting out on a ship can be a lot of fun as well. Now, the one that takes a little bit of work and does take a little bit of creativity is called the Call to Arms. The Call to Arms, you can either have like a bounty board inside the city. Excuse me. You can have a bounty board inside the city to where they're all at the bounty board looking for different bounties, looking for different adventures to kind of give themselves. And over a period of a few minutes, they all arrive at the bounty board, and 2 or 3 of them reach for the same bounty at the same time. That can be a lot of fun. Now, we have what's called the town crier as well, that as these people are looking at the bounty board, the town crier comes out, hear ye, the king of the land, the mayor of the town, has requested that adventurers come forward to repel the orc and goblins that have been taking over the land around the farm area. And then, it's like, I will offer 10 gold per person who will take up the arms for the town. That can be a lot of fun too, because that way it throws them in, gives them a little beginning quest that they can go on to learn each other's character. They can learn what their abilities are, what they're good at, what they're not good at. So the Call to Arms, the town crier. Now, it can also be that you've been summoned by the king or queen. You end up being summoned by the king of Neverwinter, and so therefore you all arrive with this parchment in your hand. Oh, I see you have a parchment too. I'm surprised. I probably could have handled this by myself, but I guess you're going with me. And so you can have them put together by the king or queen, and you were just happen to be the champion of your town that they sent to Neverwinter, because they had to send someone, and so they sent you. In this one, it's more the fame or fortune. So you're definitely looking for the fame and fortune aspect. So it's like, yes, I'm a local folk hero in my town, and I'm here to earn some money and to spread my name across all of Faerun. It can make it fun. A sorcerer, I'm in it for the knowledge. I want to go find these tomes. I want to find some books. I want to learn. I want to read. A cleric's like, I am going with you to make sure that nobody dies and to make sure that everything is done correctly. And then the paladin and the holier than thou paladin, we're not going to kill no innocents. We're going to go in there. We're going to take names, but we may kick some butt, but I don't know about killing, so, we may have to hold off on the killing. So those are some fun things you can do, especially like with that. When you're summoned by the king, summoned by the queen, summoned by the town crier, the mayor gives out the quest. So they're in it for the fame and the fortune. And then last but not least is probably one of my favorite, and of course it's honestly Dungeons and Dragons' favorite too, is going to be the escort. Now the escort can be, you're escorting a caravan, you're escorting a prisoner, you're just escorting a noble that has hired you on to protect him. as he's traveling. The escort's a great way because you can. It's almost like you auto populate in. You've been together for X number of days. You've been together for X number of weeks or months. Your group already knows each other. You have been working together to accomplish this task. When this task is done, instead of splitting up, y'all decide that, hey, we're a good team. Let's go ahead and stick this out, and let's go take another job. So the escort is a really great way because the party already knows each other. They have a common purpose, and it's very easy to tie in almost anything that you want to do. They arrive in the town. They decide that, you know what, hey, let's go over here to this little village. I heard they have some really good food, nice beds, soft beds. As you get there, the place is burning. It's on fire. You repel the orcs and goblins that are taking over this area, and then you just keep going. So that's going to be my top 5 things. So we have the catastrophic event, the tavern, and then, and so basically the tavern, the call to arms, the ship, and then the escort. I think the escort is a great way to do it for beginner GMs because you don't really have to put much work into it. On your end, you can let that kind of be the easy part to where you can focus more on what you want the party to do. Well, everybody, for Divination Gaming, for DM Kevin, and for everybody else behind the scenes, I just want to say thank you very much, and I hope you have a great day. And just remember, if you can't run through the dungeon, at least crawl.